Sometimes it happens so quietly you don't even realize it's happening. You're talking. You're in the middle of a sentence, and someone else starts speaking, not loudly, not aggressively, just enough to take the floor. You stop. You let them finish. You nod, and you tell yourself, it's fine. I've done that more times than I can count. You even smile a little, like it didn't land anywhere, and on the outside, nothing really happened. Inside, something did. It's that small drop in your chest, that moment where a thought shows up and says, never mind. So you don't go back to what you were saying, you don't interrupt back, you don't ask for space, you just adjust. I used to think that meant I was easygoing, flexible, good at conversations, and maybe part of that is true. And there's another part of it too, because once you start noticing it, you realize it isn't just one moment. It happens when someone finishes your sentence and you let them. It happens when you're about to share something personal and the topic changes and you decide not to bring it back. It happens when you feel yourself getting excited about a thought and you pull it in because you don't want to take up too much space. You learn when to stop talking. You learn which parts of you are welcome. You learn how to keep things smooth. I didn't learn this all at once. It happened slowly, conversation by conversation, moment by moment, until one day it just felt normal. You start believing that being easy is the same thing as being connected, that staying quiet keeps you close to people, that if something hurts, it's better not to make it a thing. So you swallow it, you minimize it, you move on, and later, usually when you're alone, it shows up again. You replay the conversation, you remember the sentence you never finished, you think about what you would have said if you'd let yourself keep going. That's the part people don't always see. The cost doesn't show up in the moment. It shows up afterward, in the quiet, in the tiredness you can't really explain, in the feeling of being around people and still feeling a little unseen. I remember thinking, maybe I'm just too sensitive. Maybe this shouldn't matter so much. And maybe you've thought that too, because when something doesn't look like a big deal, it's easy to tell yourself it isn't one. What hurts isn't being talked over one time. What hurts is how familiar it becomes, how automatic the shrinking feels, how quickly you step aside without anyone asking you to. At some point, you don't even notice the moment you disappear. You're already gone. And I want to pause here because if any of this sounds familiar, there's nothing wrong with you. You didn't make this up. A lot of us learned this as a way to stay connected, as a way to keep things calm, as a way to belong. It made sense at the time. It might have even protected you. So this isn't about blaming yourself, and it's not about blaming anyone else either. It's just about naming something that usually goes unnamed, that feeling of being there and not fully there at the same time, that quiet habit of stepping back before anyone asks you to. Sometimes when I notice it now, I don't rush to change it. I just notice. I notice the urge to smile it away. I notice the thought that says it's not worth it. And sometimes I let the sentence finish, and other times I don't. Both are human. This isn't about doing conversations right. It's about seeing yourself more clearly inside them, about realizing that the parts of you that learn to be quiet were trying to help, and maybe they don't have to work so hard anymore. If you're listening to this and thinking, I do that, I want you to know something, you're not strange for it, you're not too much, you're not imagining it, you're noticing something real, and you don't have to fix it tonight, you don't have to change anything right now. Sometimes having words for it is enough for the moment. I'm still here, and you can take this with you. If this named something you couldn't, liking the video helps it reach someone else who might need the words too, and you can subscribe if you want to keep finding moments like this.